Hi everybody. Hopefully you can see me. It's not, the coloring's not weird. I'm gonna wait for somebody to get on and tell me if you can hear me okay. I am I'm in Marietta, Georgia, Roswell area, Atlanta, Dunwoody. I've kind of been around here visiting friends and family. And today is rain all day. I was actually gonna I was supposed to head out to Florida today, and it's just been raining all day. So I decided, I'm not on a real time constraint. I've been gone for a few weeks, 2.5 weeks. So what's another couple of nights? Then I have another place I'm staying in Jacksonville, Florida, my friend John. So I'll be there for a few days. So I thought I'd pop on and say hello. It's been a little while since I had a nice live stream. And I thought, it's raining out. My friends Denise and Brian that I'm staying with, they are they're at work, so I've got the house to myself, and I decided, well, why not get on and go live and touch base with everybody and see how everyone's doing. Hi Charlene, hi James, hi Monique. I didn't think anyone would get online, seeing that it's in the middle of a work day. It's kind of crazy. Not everybody's out riding and doing stuff, but I'm happy you guys are here. Oh, thanks JTM3. Yeah, my traveling has been great. It has been a crazy experience. It's been a learning experience. I learned a lot about me as a rider, me as an individual, my riding style, my, everything, how I enjoy traveling. So, hey, Brian. So it's been a really amazing experience. It's been exhausting. My shoulders are so sore. Just from being in this position for so many hours at a time. Hey, Cindy, thank you so much for hanging out and watching my adventures to boldly go. That's where I've been. I've been where this is boldly go. So guys, let me know if this is distracting that it's so bright. I can switch positions. Hey, Tracy. So Tracy, do me a favor. Is this not working? Cause it's like, videotaping going to 1, it shouldn't be brighter behind you because it washes you out. So I'm going to switch positions and then tell me if you think it's better for you guys. I just wanted a kind of a good view there, but I can switch and then let me know if is that better. So Tracy, let me know which one. You got to pick which side. Is this better? I'll try not to put there you go. That's probably better. You can probably see me a little more clearly. Let me just set up my camera so it's not. There you go. So it's been crazy. I'm so proud of my shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it. My 3-wheel rally Deadwood shirt. I worked really hard to get this shirt. So yeah, okay, thank you guys. Hey, Richard, I didn't know you were on. How's it going, Rich? Rich just got back from France. I think you're back. Are you back, Rich? I can't wait to hear all about your adventures too. He went on a great family trip. Is anybody else doing anything exciting this summer? Hanging out, having fun, staycations? I gotta tell you, gas prices alone is reason to stay home. I think I'm gonna get all my numbers together. Hey, John Johnson, how you doing? They just came back last night, so you must be jet lagged and exhausted too, Richard. So I'm sure you're taking the day off to rest. I am. Thank you, Robert. So I am. What was I saying? I am. I'm going to put together a list of my expenses because I need to know it too. How much it cost me for gas. I am thinking this trip, gas alone, was approximately $1,500 just in gas for this trip. And I'm still not home yet, so the bills are still racking up. But I'm so happy to be at my friend Denise and Brian's house, a couple nights away from the hotels. It has been amazing. Being able to do laundry has been amazing. It's funny, the little things when you're traveling, the little things that really make a difference, little things that make you so excited. The hotel I stayed at in Deadwood, South Dakota, I was there for a week and they did not have a wash machine in the hotel. And I had only packed I was planning on being gone for 2 weeks, so I only packed for a week, assuming I was gonna do laundry. and then, have enough to, for the rest of the time. So there was a laundromat down the street, but I really didn't want to waste my time at a laundromat. I wanted to be out riding and exploring. So what I did was, you guys remember the I Love Lucy skit where she's stomping on the grapes to try to make wine? I don't know if I might be crazy aging myself at this point. So if any of you young whippersnappers are watching, it's a good show, I Love Lucy. So what I did was I filled my bathtub up, and then I squirted a bunch of shampoo in there, filled it up with really hot water, and then threw all my dirty laundry in there, and then just stomped around the bathtub to try to get to wash my clothes, and then I hung them out, and then by the time I left, they were dry, so it worked out well. But it really felt good to have an actual laundry. And then it's been raining here a lot, so the friends I'm staying with last night, I had other friends family and friends to meet, and they let me in their car, and so nothing's better than friends. They take care of you. So thank you, Denise and Brian, very much for being such awesome hosts. So I'm staying one more night, and then tonight I'm going to meet up with Zia. I don't know if you guys remember Zia he had a Ryker. He went to the dark side. He got a Harley, but I'm just kidding. Harleys are fine. I don't want any kind of hate mail. But he's going to join me for dinner tonight. So when he had a Ryker, he called himself the Night Ryker. And then he has another channel now, and a lot of you switched over and followed him, called Right About Now. So I'm going to go meet up with him and have dinner with him. And I'm excited. I haven't seen him in a while, probably over a year now. So it's all good. And let's see, we've got some comments coming in. Tracy says, and the one we're working on the chocolate. Yeah, exactly. See? You know, Tracy. You know what I'm talking about. M-Town Ryker Rod. Hello from Memphis. That's awesome. Doing the Tail of the Dragon this weekend. Yeah. If you've never done it before, I have two videos on Tail of the Dragon. I did it once on a Ryker, once on a Spyder. And the one I did on the Ryker has a lot of good information for you if you're hitting the tail. What to wear, what to bring, all that kind of good stuff. And let's see. I still need to send you some pictures. That's awesome, Carlos. Thank you. Oh, Right About Now is on from the dark side. Oh, I got caught. He's probably going to harass me about that tonight. What's up, Zia? I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight. And I can't wait to hear all about your Harley. It's all good. Grumpy Ryker Rider, how have you been? Oh my God. I'm going to call you on my ride home. When I'm on one of those 10-hour rides, I'm going to call you and we're going to catch up. That's been great. I also, on my ride, I got to catch up with George. He rides in not Ireland. Yeah, Ireland? No, oh my God, Scotland. I'm so sorry, George. So he has a YouTube channel. He rides in Scotland. He hasn't been feeling well. He hasn't done a video in a while, but I got to catch up with him. So I've had a lot of people keeping me company. It's the whole experience has been awesome. It's been crazy. I visited a bunch of states. Yeah, Scotland. Thank you. So I'm gonna run a giveaway when I get back, and so for you guys watching now and checking this out, I'm gonna give you guys a hint so you guys can get a sneak peek and win the contest. So I'm gonna give away a couple of things, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because I just want to make sure that I have it before I give it away. But it's gonna be, someone's gonna need to tell, I don't know, should I do this or not? Should I give you guys a hint? It's almost like giving you guys the answer, but all right. You guys chimed in, you guys took the time to get on, so I'll give you guys a hint. So the contest is gonna be, the giveaway to win is gonna be whoever comes closest, without going over, kind of like the Price is Right, comes closest to guessing the number of states without repeating, because some states are repeated. Like, for example, when I went into Georgia, I went to Tennessee, Georgia, Tennessee, Georgia. So if I repeat states, it doesn't count. So how many different states I went through on my trip, including Florida. So Florida would be number one, but it won't be the last one because it only counts once. So whoever can guess the amount of states that I went through, the closest while going through, is going to win a prize. And right about now says one state. So no, you're the furthest possible without going over. So if anybody's been paying attention, I've been listing every day on Instagram of how many states. Don't guess now. Don't guess now. This isn't the giveaway. I'm going to do the giveaway when I get back and give everyone a chance. So it's not just right here, but that's a good guess, James. No more hints. No more hints. I'm not. I give you guys a big hint so you guys have a little time to research. But it's gonna be cool. So yeah, it was surprisingly a lot of states. Even New Mexico. It was crazy the amount of states that I went through. Good. You did not go over, Zia. That's for sure. So does anybody have any questions for me about this trip? I'm going to make a little video soon about the must-haves for a trip like this. Such things like a navigation system that does not require cell service. So a global GPS system would be very important in case you get separated from your group and there's no cell service. You know, you have no GPS, so you need a satellite GPS system, like a Garmin or something like that would be helpful. I did not have that. Or another major thing to have with you would be, for safety reasons, a satellite phone. So in case you are, I mean, there were some weird, crazy roads that I was on that at one point, as far as the eye could see, because it's all plains and just out there, and there was no cars, there was no people, there was nothing as far as the eye could see, and I had no cell service. So it's a little exciting, but a little nerve-wracking too, that if something happened, just something as small as a flat tire, it's not like you can call AAA. It's you can call a friend for help. So there's nothing. There's no cell service. So I think if I were to do this trip again, I would make sure I had a satellite phone. And they're expensive. The minutes are expensive, but in a situation like that, in an emergency, like, you know, anything would help. So I would recommend that as well. A comfortable seat cushion. You know, just basic things like that. But I also picked up a couple of new vendors that I'm going to be selling on my website, and one of them, and this was a lifesaver. One of them it's called the tank. It's a tank hydration bag, and it saved my life having something like that. So I'm going to start selling that. I met with them and the owners, and we talked about the company, and he showed me his products and his reviews. And I said to him, I'm going to test it on my ride back from South Dakota to Florida, because it was the hottest weather conditions I've ever ridden in. It was triple digit temperatures every single day riding, with sometimes there was no shade. There was even the shade was over 100. So hydration was absolute key. And there was one or two times where I was dizzy and nauseous, and I was just about to go over the edge and be dehydrated. And if any of you have ever been dehydrated, once you reach that level, there's no coming back. You just need to be hospitalized and get an IV in you. And that's happened to me a couple times, so I'm well aware of the symptoms before they come, but having a hydration pack is awesome. Anyway, these live chats are so weird because I'm just talking and no one's answering me. So please comment so I'm gonna go scroll through. John, I know you know, because you've been tracking me in a non-stalky sort of way. Tracy says, especially that way from Wyoming, where Alex said there's a lot of dead spots. You're right. Mike says, hi, sweetheart. I hope you're doing wonderful. I'm still waiting for my RT Limited here in Wisconsin parts shortage. That's everywhere. That's everywhere in every bike. People are complaining, Can-Am, but because you're waiting for your Can-Am. But every bike, every car, every manufacturer is having those kinds of shortages. So it's worth the wait. I promise. I promise, Mike. Grumpy says Wyoming was bad on my trip to South Dakota. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Remember to hit the like button, JTM3 reminds everybody. Thank you so much for doing it. Yeah, if you hit the like button, it helps with my stats. I appreciate it. John, it was great seeing you. Yes, crazy hot. Crazy, crazy, crazy hot. I met up with a couple of subscribers there. I met up, as if you've been following me, I met up with friends of mine that rode their Rykers in from Kentucky to South Dakota. And yeah, they had a great trip. And I rode back with them to Kentucky. There's another state. I rode back with them to Kentucky, and then I kind of headed over and south to Georgia. So I had some friends with I rode with on the way there. I rode with my friends Scott and Andy, and I mean it was just I had such a great experience. It's been. Yeah, to me, it's like a life-changing experience to do this. Everyone should do it once. Will I do it again? I would never do this ride again during the summer months, heading out, to the Midwest, because it was just so hot. It really did ruin the experience that it was so hot. I mean, it's like we were in the Badlands. I don't know if anyone's ever been out to the Badlands, and it's so hot. I was jealous of the people in cars with the air conditioning going. I was like, I almost paid somebody to go sit in this air conditioning car. That's how hot it was. So, and there's just no relief. So it really, during the Badlands, you're riding around the most euphoric landscape you've ever seen in your entire life, and it's just incredibly beautiful. And I just words can't even explain it. Videos, I mean, nothing can show the beauty of this whole area that I was in. But we're riding through, and we're going through like 80 miles per hour just to get out of there because it was so hot. So meanwhile, everyone in cars is sitting there taking pictures, and of course I stopped to take pictures and drink a gallon of water, but it ruined it. The heat just absolutely took away from the trip. So I would not do this trip again in this kind of weather. It's hard to judge, it could be that hot in September. If you go too late, you can hit ice and snow. I mean, there's no perfect time to go, but I think next summer, if I do a long trip like this again, it would be to New England, visit family in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, and then maybe head to Canada. I have a lot of friends in Canada, in Saskatchewan, Canada, and I have some family in Nova Scotia. So if the borders are open next summer, I think that's what I'd like to do. Go someplace where I know I'm going where it's going to be cooler. They will have hot days, but it's not going to be perpetually hot. So let's see, what else? All right, says Mike, I'm not complaining, it'll show up, completely understand. I'm a patient little spider. That's funny, Mike. John says, I had absolutely no dead spots during my multiple cross-country trips. Of course, you didn't have a cell phone back then either. Had to hike the next gas station's phone, yeah. I know, I guess you're right. Everything's relative. When you did your cross-country trip, there were no cell phones, so it's it's different. I've gotten so used to cell phones, I can't imagine not having one. It's like a security blanket. They don't call it the Badlands for nothing. Yeah, they should call it hot as heck lands. It's practically the hottest place at 117 degrees. Yes. Yeah, it was crazy hot. So I sympathize while sitting with a hot cup of coffee. Thanks, John. Record heat around the globe, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, record breaking right now. I know, I was in it. God, it was bad. I think if I went a week earlier, a week later, it wouldn't have been the heat wave that I rode into. But again, we were going there for the 3-wheel rally, and so we went, when it was, and it's hard to plan for weather conditions as you know. But I had a great time. and the pictures and the memories are always probably better. I'm gonna look at my videos of the Badlands and I'm gonna be like, oh wow, what a great experience. I'm gonna forget the heat. It's kind of like childbirth. You forget the pain and you just enjoy the child. So I'm gonna sit back and enjoy my my videos and my pictures and looking back on everything with fond memories and forget about all the little quirky stuff that happened. And there's plenty of quirky stuff that happened. Anytime you're traveling with a group of people in the 100+ degree weather and you're driving and you're riding for 8 to 10 hours a day, yeah, it's gonna get it's gonna get fun for sure. Tracy says in Colorado, the day we rode was still decent compared to the 100-degree weather. Yeah, there were a couple of spots where, and South Dakota was interesting, different than Florida. Florida, it's hot. It'll be 105 degrees in the daytime, and it'll be at nighttime. It'll still be hot in Florida. Like it's still, instead of being 105, it'll be 95 at nighttime. There's not a huge difference. But a lot of times in South Dakota, when I was riding, or that general area of the country, it'll be 100+ during the daytime, and then it'll drop 40 degrees, and it'll be 60, and you're coming home and you're freezing. So it's all about layers, and but the cold at night was very welcomed. It was very appreciated. Can-Am on road is on. The experience and the stories are the best. Absolutely. And every single post I put a heart with Can-Am on road on it, and I am very, very grateful that Can-Am on road lent me a Can-Am RT Spyder, a Spyder RT. And it was so great having that. And people did make the ride on the Ryker, so I'm not saying it's not doable on the Ryker, but I just have the stock seat on the Ryker. I don't have any storage on my Ryker. I never added all those bags to it. And most importantly, I don't have cruise control on my Ryker. So having cruise control on this trip made all the difference in the world, to be able to kind of just, because there were roads that were straight as the eye could see. And I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this with Can-Am watching, but there was one, it was safe. It was very, very safe. I was on a road and there was no one. I mean, I'm talking flat, like plains. And the speed limit was 80. And in South Dakota, in that part of the country, the speed limit posted is 80. So, it's safe to go 95 or 90 without any word about a ticket or safety. It's just, so when I say there's no one on the road, I mean, to me, it was safer than riding a closed course, because a closed course has turns. So this was just a straight road. And in front of you and behind you, all around you, you could see for miles and miles and miles and miles, okay? In the middle of the day, there's no one out there, nothing, just dead, zero. So I opened up the Spyder to see how fast I could go, and it went fast. I'll leave it at that, because I don't want to promote riding unsafe, but I did test the limits of the Spyder, and it handled beautifully. Two things that happened. Well, and then also on that road, I had a cruise control at 90. Again, the speed limit was 80. So I had a cruise control at 90, and it was just, I had my hands off the handlebars, and it was just kind of just smooth and straight. It gave me a chance to relax a little bit in a safe manner. Kept me from being tired on those long rides. And another thing, which I thought was interesting, we rode with a group of people, and somehow we ended up on a gravel road. And so there were 2 Ryker rallies and 3 Spyders on this gravel road. And all the Spyders are like, including me, like, we need to get off this road. We need to get off this road. We can't be on a gravel road. We have a Spyder. We have a Spyder. We have an exposed belt. If we get a rock in there, problems. And when we tried to find our way out, it was almost easier just to continue on this gravel road versus trying to find a paved road. So we continued on this gravel road for a couple of miles, and it was very gravelly. Some big rocks, small rocks, and tons of dust flying up everywhere, And all the Spyders were so concerned about it messing up the belt and it did beautifully. I'm not telling you, please don't misunderstand me, I'm not telling you to go take your Spyder off-road at all, but I'm saying it handled beautifully. The back tire did spin out a little bit, and when it was, slowing down, you were speeding up, it would spin out because it's not meant for that. But the belt, there was no issues. Not a single one of us, there's 3 of us, not a single Spyder had any issues whatsoever riding on gravel. So I think it took away a little bit of that fear of, oh my God, we can't be here, we can't be here. And it handled beautifully. I was very surprised because we were all very concerned about it, and it handled great. So don't go take it off road, but if you find yourself in a position to get from point A to point B, is you have to go on a gravel road, whether it's a parking lot or something, you shouldn't be afraid of it. It did well. So let's see. All right, let's see, right about now. Tracy, make sure you send your love to Liam. So I got to meet Tracy and her beautiful family, her husband Alex and her son Liam. And Liam I think he just turned 11. And he's like the biggest little fan I have. And it's so cute. And he was so excited to meet me. And I signed a water bottle for him. And he's just a huge, huge fan. And Tracy said he was on gaming with his friends saying, I met a celebrity. He was like bragging to his friends that he met me. It's like, but I think it's awesome. I don't think you really get to know anyone unless you ride with them and 100 degree. Yes, you're exactly right, Zia. They always say before you, and I'm a firm believer that before you marry somebody, you need to travel with them. And because that's like in 100 and something degree heat every day, day in and day out, and everyone's tired. That's how you get to know who you are and who they are, and how they handle different situations, because no one was happy at that point. We were just, and again, I ride in gear all the time, so I'm wearing my Bond Armor jacket that's mesh, but it's still, because I have the plates in it, the protective gear, I am hot. And I've got gloves on, I've got jeans on, or pants, some kind of pants on. Obviously, I'm not in shorts, but, and most importantly, I'm in a full face helmet. And it was just, oh God, it was hot. That's gonna be my memory of this, just how hot it is. I'm reading some of the comments now. Makes me want to RT even more. I loved it when I test rode it. I think if I was gonna get something, I just don't have room right now for 2 bikes, but I would really want the F3, I think. I just think that's a kind of a cool, sporty look. Raymond said, my name is Billy. I have a metal plate in my head. Thank you for sharing, Billy. Sorry about that. Philemon Phillips says, how long did your Ryker take to come from the dealership? I actually bought mine used. I bought mine with 500 miles on. I have a 2019. I got it. So mine's, at that time, there were no shortage issues with parts and stuff. Again, it's not that I'm defending Can-Am, but everybody has a shortage issue. It's not like it's Can-Am isn't doing a good job. It's everybody's having chip issues. Everyone is having parts issues. The ECU, like everybody's having issues. So it's not just your dealership. It's certainly not just Can-Am. I know I've spoken to a lot of other bike owners, and they're all having the exact same issue where they are as well. Hey, Wendy from Texas. All right, let's see. All right, what I'm going through. Tracy says, not a day goes by that he isn't carrying his water bottle everywhere. So cool, I love it. Liam is now flexing online, bragging that he met me. To Boldly Girl says, I'm your biggest fan. I don't know. I think Tracy's my biggest fan. We need to have like a biggest fan competition or something. Who knows the most about me? Because Tracy's pretty much up there. I was very excited to meet her. I always said if I had a fan club, I think Tracy would be the president. Not that I would make my own fan club. That's weird. But if there was a fan club out there, Tracy, I think, would be the president of that fan club. I don't know. It's all kind of funny to me. But I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody dealing with my goofy pictures every day. You know, I don't profess to be a professional photographer, but I try my best to get some good captures of the moments and to kind of get a feel for everything. What would my first upgrades be on my bike? Great question. So my first upgrades were all about safety first, and then I came with comfort, and then it came with like strictly just kind of cool things like a wrap and things like that. So when I say safety, I mean like horn. I replaced the horn and the headlights, and I added fender lights because I thought it was coming from the back, looking at the Ryker. I thought it was too dark. So having fender lights so people could, I don't want anyone to say they couldn't see me in an accident. So adding fender lights was huge, early upgrade. Making brighter headlights and the horn so people could hear me if I had a beep. And then after that, one of my very first modifications I did was a shift extender. And that's one of my very first videos, just a really cheap, inexpensive thing I bought on Amazon to extend my shifter to make it easier for me. And then I went on from there to do comfort stuff like, you know, foam grips and things like that. But what I tell everyone when they're looking to get upgrades for their bike, ride your bike for a while. Don't buy upgrades, in my opinion, before you actually get your Ryker or before you get your Spyder. Ride it, get a feel for it, and then see what you need. Because what one person might have and they think is the best, you might not need it. For example, if you're only doing, you know, little short trips to the store and back, and you're not really doing highway riding, you know, maybe you don't need the sway bar. Or, you know, so make sure the accessories meet your needs, not the needs of the group. That being said, I do have a website that many of you know. It's just rykerrydes.com, RYKERRYDES. And John, if someone could throw that up in the comments, I'd appreciate it. And I sell a bunch of stuff on there, and it's the exact same price as all manufacturers. So I sell Bajaran sway bars, Bajaran links. I sell undermount lights and Halo skid plates from Dan of Custom Spyder Works. I sell shocks, Elka shocks. I sell a bunch of stuff to make your ride more comfortable, more visible, more safe. And I sell jackets. I sell a bunch of stuff on there. So if you're interested in buying something, I'd appreciate you buy it from me because it's the exact same price you'd find anywhere. I do offer fast, free shipping. And the only difference is when you buy from me, I get a small percentage that the company pays me for selling it. So if you buy from me, it's the same price. I just get a little extra, which helps me go on these kinds of trips. It helps me spend the time to make videos and to get the accessories to make these videos. And so that's a selfish plug, but there you have it. Yes, somebody asked me, am I looking forward to sleeping in my own bed? Yes, I'm looking for my own coffee. You know, you have your own coffee creamer. I'm looking forward to my own coffee, and I'm looking forward to my own bed and my own shower and my dog and my son. You know, the good stuff. I'm looking forward to going home and doing nothing, I think, for a week, just like not even leaving my house. I did spend the day today doing that. I spent the day, because it was raining all day, so I didn't get on the Spyder at all today. I just stayed in, took a nice hot shower, just relaxed, and made some Instagram videos and all that kind of good stuff. But I highly recommend South Dakota. Not necessarily riding all the way out there, because that's a lot, but anyone that has some time and they could fly to South Dakota and then rent a Spyder from somewhere. There is a Canyon dealership, I think, you know, a couple cities over. It is the most interesting topography you will ever see in your entire life. Like 1 minute you're riding through, you know, Needles Highway, and you're just surrounded by those beautiful forests and the beautiful trees. And then another time you're and the other times you're riding in a forest of quaking oats. Quaking oats? That doesn't sound right. Quaker oat. I don't know. They're like birch trees, but they're white. I think they're called quaking oats, and like the leaves are like shaking in the wind, and I mean it's just such a euphoric experience. It's just amazing. The Badlands, and Tracy, where we rode in Colorado with all those rocks just everywhere, and it's so cool. I'm like speechless by the different topography, the different landscape that you see around the country, especially coming from Florida, where it's so flat. Palm trees are great, the ocean's great, but it seems like the landscape here is forever changing with the seasons and with the snow and the rain. And it was awesome. It was just so awesome. Grumpy says that's why they take their motor home. It's just like being home. Yeah, that is nice. If you could travel and then tow your bike behind it, that's perfect. We wouldn't have it any other way. That's awesome. Garden of the Gods. Thank you, Tracy. The Garden of the Gods is like, there's so many things. It's kind of like, how did it get there? How did all these rock formations in this one area come to be? So everything about it is just so cool. But you should definitely research the Badlands. It's crazy. John D, what's up? How you doing? That's it. I mean, hopefully you guys are out. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta now. I have a lot of friends and family here, so today's my third day in Atlanta, and then I'm heading to Jacksonville to visit my friend John, and I have two friend Johns I'm visiting in northern Florida, and I'll spend a few days up there, and then eventually make my slow ride home. You'd have loved the Red Rocks too. The best concert venue. Yeah, I know. Seeing a concert at Red Rocks in Colorado is probably on my bucket list of things I want to see. So I'm not riding today. I'm getting ready to. I don't even know what time it is. I'm getting ready soon. I'm meeting Zia for dinner tonight, and a couple of other friends, Denise and Brian. We're all going out for dinner. And if anyone's in Atlanta and they wanna hook up, or you want to meet up, let me know. And if we could get a little bit of sun, I'll definitely ride. Would love to ride with you. Southside. So where are you? Bank Oleg. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry, but it says you'd love to ride with me. I don't know where you are, but yeah, I love riding with my subscribers. I think it's so fun to just ride around the country and be like, hey, let's go for a ride. That's awesome. That's my favorite part. We have that guest room. I know. Tracy, I gotta come back. I'll probably fly in, Tracy, and then we'll go see a concert together. That would be awesome. Let's see. Jonesboro. Okay. Call me Cheeks. All right. I don't know how you get the name Cheeks, but I'll call you Cheeks if that's what you want. I'm assuming you have cute little cheeks. And yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool. I got to meet who else did I meet? I met one of the executives, this guy, a gentleman, Marco, from Can-Am. He was at, you guys don't know him, but it was a real pleasure to meet, one of the higher ups in Can-Am. He was at the rally in Deadwood as well. Spyder Pops was there. I got to meet him, and who else was supposed to be there? A few other people were supposed to be there, then they got COVID. COVID's kind of out of control now. Ryker parking only says Aspen. Let's see. I would love to come to Vermont. That's my goal for next summer, is to do like the Northeast, like the New England, Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, and kind of go through that area. That's kind of more, I grew up in Rhode Island, so New England's my hometown, my home area. So I would definitely That's my goal for mom. Yeah, Marco is the man. He's so fun. It was great to meet him. I'm like, I'm gonna take a picture, and I sent it to Jonathan, my guy at Can-Am. So it was awesome. I gotta tell you, I'm super proud of myself. I was really worried about being able to ride in the heat, and I was really worried about being able to ride such long distances at one time. And you get used to it. You get very used to it. I drove my friend's car last night because it was raining out and I had to go somewhere, and it felt weird being in a car again. I gotta tell you, it felt like it was like so big, and like I just felt funny in a car. Yeah, I will not be coming to Phoenix in July or in August. Yeah, for sure. That's like coming to Florida in July or August. I have friends that they only go to Disney World in August because it's less crowded. I'm like, it's less crowded because it's like going to Disney World on the sun. Like, why would you put yourself in that? But it's all good. It's all good. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'm like crazy impressed. So many of you jumped on in the middle of the day. There's a bunch of people that are having a good day, having a good summer. And post, if you have any questions, let me know. And if you have any trips coming up or any trips that you recommend, any bucket list, any wish list trips, I do have a wish list trip to go do the Pacific Coast Highway. I would love to fly out there and be able to ride that. I need to start getting sponsors. I need people to start helping me pay for these trips because I have so much I want to do, like everybody else. And I want to vlog about it and I want to post about it, but it gets very expensive. Just the hotels night after night, and the flights getting out there or the gas money getting out there. As you can imagine, it's crazy expensive. So hopefully I'll start getting some sponsors that will send me someplace and then I could film out there. But that's coming soon, I hope. Let's see. Let me go back and read some comments. Eric says he's supposed to rain the rest of the week. Yeah. I'm leaving tomorrow, rain or shine, because I'm gonna kind of, when you stay with somebody, you don't want to stay too long. It's kind of, I've been here 3 days. They're at work, so I'm not really that much of a pain, but it's been 3 days, and I feel like, okay, it's time to move on. It's time to my next stop, because you don't want to stay with someone too long. I so much appreciate having a home to rest my head in at night. But I'm definitely heading out tomorrow. And then Taboligo says people don't realize there are things that are challenging, like the heat and cold. It's a huge challenge. So JR Coolington 86 says he hooked up my lights thanks to me. Awesome, I appreciate that. I'm glad my videos are helping you. Cape Breton, Highlands, Nova Scotia. Yeah, John, that's I think my goal for next summer is to go to Nova Scotia, to ride around Nova Scotia. That's my that's what I would love to do. Crumpy Ryker says his old man with nothing to do, 110 degrees outside. So might as well just watch my YouTube. Might as well just watch me go live. All my mods will come through your videos. That's awesome. Steve Mitchell, what's up? #1 bucket list should be go to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park. Yeah, that would be amazing. Aspen trees, that's what it's called. It's quaking aspen. You're right, that quake. Visit our headquarters in Quebec. I'm sorry, was that an invite, Can-Am? Because if that's an invite, I'm coming. I've asked several times that I want to come to their headquarters in Quebec. I would love to come up there. I would love to meet everybody. I would love to borrow some kind of Can-Am and go touring around there. Say the word, send a ticket, and I will be there. That's definitely a goal of mine, to come out there. I would love to. So just let me know. I'm just having so much fun. I gotta tell you, life is good. And, like everybody else, I've been through, you know, my struggles this past year, went through a divorce, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So it's been challenging. I have a father that's very sick, has dementia, and he's not doing that well. So everybody has their things. Life isn't all peaches and cream. That's for sure. But for me, I realized that with COVID, with everything, and life is just really short, and you have to live it. And that's why I got my Can-Am Ryker to start with. I wanted to make sure that I was doing something that I enjoyed. I got tired of kind of living for everybody else, and I wanted to make sure that I was happy. And the YouTube channel kind of just randomly started and blew up and became something of its own, which obviously I love. But that's what it's all about, is out doing something that makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting anybody else, do it. Just have fun. You just get out there, ride, explore, you know, get out of your comfort zone. This trip for me was way out of my comfort zone. And at 50 years old, I figured if I don't do it now, when will I do it? And I wanted to make sure that I wanted to do a cross-country trip. I didn't make it obviously all the way to California, but pretty close. And it was a challenge, you know. Like, I wanted to make sure that I pushed myself, because I feel like the day you stop challenging yourself, the day you say, you know, I'm too old for this, or I'm too tired, or I'm too scared, is to me the day you give up on living. Every day, or as often as you can, for me, I try to challenge myself and make myself do something that scares me a little bit. And that's how I know I'm still alive. And that's how I know I'm still young, at least at heart. And so that's my, you know, that's my advice. But yeah, I did go to Sturgis. Someone just commented about going to Sturgis. I think it was Jonathan. And yeah, I did go to Sturgis, the city, the town of Sturgis, and it was very cool. But I gotta tell you, the area that I was in Deadwood, was such a cool town. It was much nicer than Sturgis, which is, you wouldn't think, but I highly recommend Deadwood. It's only like, I don't know, 20-minute drive over to Sturgis from Deadwood. But I specifically left long before the Sturgis rally came in. I've done bike weeks before. That's really not my scene. It's something you should do, whether it's the bike week in Daytona or more importantly, the big one in Sturgis. Everybody should do that once in their life. And I did it. I did the one in Daytona. And I might go again if I have friends that are like, yeah, you gotta come, but it's just not my scene. I don't really drink, and I don't know. It's just not my scene. But it doesn't seem like Can-Ams are that prevalent at these events just yet. So it's really kind of all Harleys, and so I don't know. I prefer going to three-wheel rallies where I know that welcome and people are excited to see three-wheelers and that kind of stuff. But it's an experience. Everybody should go once. But I just try to stay away from those scenes. I think riding is dangerous. Everyone's drinking and riding. And it's totally just not for me. But it's a spectacle, though. If you just go and park your bike and just watch people, it is the best people watching you'll ever see in your entire life. It is just the things people do, the things people wear, the things people say is just, it's mind-blowing. I mean, if you make a video, you'd have to edit, I'd probably say 75% out of it because it's so inappropriate. But it's fun. So J.R. Coolington says, no question, I just took my first 2-hour-long ride 2 weeks ago. I'm still amped about it, from DC to Harrisburg, PA. That's awesome. You just do it a little bit at a time, you build up, and then soon you'd be riding 12-hour days to Deadwood with me. Your videos, let's see. Your videos got me through the sway bar change over to Baja Rounds. Awesome. pretty and smart at 50. Thank you. Very sweet. Am I going to Trike Fest in DeLand Road Wars? I'm 100% committed to, I would like to do both, John. They're both in DeLand, Florida, which is like 4 hours from me. I would like to do both. I'm committed to the Road Warrior one because they asked me, and I'm paying for the hotel for that. I don't know if I want to pay for the hotel again for the Trike Fest because it's like a week later, and I don't know. I would like to go to everything. It's getting to be expensive, you know, to keep going and going and going. Last time I went to the Road Warrior rally, and that's for all three-wheelers, and I won the 50-50 raffle, so that paid for my trip, which was great. But yeah, so we'll see. I'd like to go to everything. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, some funds or sponsors or something to get me there. Ryker Parking only says, with all you're doing and you have done, Can-Am should definitely be providing you more support. Can-Am's good. Can-Am, I can't badmouth Can-Am at all. Can-Am has been very good at giving me a Spyder, 100%. So I do appreciate Can-Am very much. They're very good to me, and but yeah, a trip out to visit their Can-Am place in Quebec, that's another story. Paydo Tex says hello from France. So Benkalog says, how's John doing? John is on here. John is Ryker Parking only, and I can speak on behalf of John. He's doing great. He's the one that had the accident. Oh God, it's been a while now. 2 years now? I don't know. He's doing much, much better. To Bull to Go, I appreciate with my dad. Unfortunately, it's not something that I appreciate you saying that you hope he'll be doing better, but unfortunately, dementia isn't something that you do better. It just kind of progressive and gets worse, but you know, you get through it like everything else. You know, it's part of life. I think it's the hardest stage right now that I'm in, is that you're seeing your parents get to that age where, you know, they need a lot more help, and they're just not the same that they were when you were younger, and you can't count on them the way you used to, and emotionally or physically, and it's tough. Everybody goes through it, and you know it's inevitable, you know it's gonna happen, but it does not make it any easier when you're going through it, that's for sure. But the sun just came out, so I think I might try to sneak a ride in, because the Georgia mountains here are also quite beautiful. And so yeah, the sun just popped out. Check this out. See? So if anybody's in Georgia watching right now and you want to go skip out with me, let me know and we'll go for a ride. Just drive my bike off and I'm ready to go. All right, kids. I am so glad you were able to hop on with me for this hour. Somehow time just goes by so fast, and which is a good thing. And I appreciate you guys very, very much. And thank you for watching my Instagram posts, as goofy as they've been. Thank you for supporting my Ryker Rides websites for your Can-Am accessories. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. Get some shoulder rolls in before you ride. I know. I get it. Just some stretching. Oh. I'm looking forward to getting a really good massage soon. That is, it hurts to even like, if you look at my shoulders, I think it hurts. Like you can feel these like knots in there. But because you know, Can-Am was so awesome at letting me borrow a Spyder, I got it like 24 hours before my ride, so I didn't really have any time to modify it. I'm sure that I would have, but because it's not mine. But I would have gotten, you know, handlebars that are closer. I would have done a lot of different things to make it more ergonomically correct. I would have gotten an extension on the brake pedal. There's a bunch of things I would have done, but I'm not complaining. It was really nice having the comfort of the RT for sure. So thank you, Can-Am. I can't express my gratitude enough. and it's awesome. So everybody ride safe, have fun, and thanks always for tuning in and sharing my experiences with me. It's heartwarming to know that you guys are, I feel like you guys have been on this journey with me. I feel like you guys have taken this ride with me and did it vicariously with me. So thank you so much for watching. Ride safe, have fun, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.